The Joe Rogan Experience.
Super spooky to be around somebody that you think might have done that.
No, I know of a few murderers that, yeah. I mean, I didn't know at the time when I met them, but over the years I've gone, oh my, well, the guy who got the pass, Johnny Manorano, he was on 16 Minutes. He stops at Stop and Shop in Somerville. And people go, you know who that is? I go, who? Johnny Manorano. He go, hey, Lenny. I went, oh, hey, Johnny. 25 murders. And you know.
How's he out?
Deals, you know. I mean, he did time. He did a lot of time.
Not
but he was
enough.
on 60. No, not 25 murders. Come on, are you kidding me?
It seems like he should be in jail
Sammy
forever.
the Bull. How many did Sammy the Bull kill? And he was out dealing. He was out dealing meth in Arizona.
I think he's still out.
Yeah, he is.
I think he's out again.
Yeah. I mean, I got no beef with him.
No, I don't either.
So, one of my buddies in high school, his name was Bubba Good. He was the funniest person I ever met in my life, without a doubt. One day he stole 12 Corvettes, 12 red Corvettes, and lined them up outside. And in one of the Corvettes, there was a briefcase full of cash. And he went in and he bought the entire lunchroom lunch. Lunch is on me. At high school, right? Lunch is on me.
He stole Corvettes in high school?
He stole Corvettes. Oh, yeah. And he lined them up outside.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, he was amazing. So he goes to jail. He goes to Walpole. You remember Walpole State Prison, okay? So we're doing a show at Walpole. You know, a couple of guys asked me, will you come in? Yeah. So they said, Mr. Clark, before you come in, we just want to let you know, if there's any drugs or drug remnants on you, you're not going to be released. And I went, oh, let me change my clothes. So I changed my clothes. I went in and I did the show. And it was really...
So they would swab you?
Yeah, it was... They just... It was,
so if they swabbed you and they found coke on your shirt,
you're staying. Yeah, and they explain that. And this is like 35 years ago, right? So, and this was when Walpole was still maximum security. You know, I mean, the worst of the worst. So we go in. And I'm with DJ and a couple of people.
DJ Hazard?
DJ Hazard, and I think Sweeney.
How's he doing?
I think there was a cancer thing, and then he beat that. And I got stories about, but hey, good guy. Oh my God, remind me about DJ. I want to finish this. So I'm on stage. And I'm thinking, hey, man, Bubba's in here, right? And he jumps up on stage. And I go, Bubba, he goes, how you doing? He goes, I'm in here under an assumed name. I'm in here under Danny. This is 35 years ago. He's in Walpole under an assumed name. I mean, could that be? Well, anyway, he gets out. And then he murders some guy, and he goes back, and he's in for double life now, 2 murders. And I said to him, Bubba, why'd you kill the guy? He goes, he was talking shit. You know, he's just a little bit of a guy, but funny. I mean, he's the type of guy, if someone wanted to kick his ass, you could make them laugh so hard you couldn't punch him. He was that funny. And now he's been in for, I want to visit him, but, you know, they said it's not a good idea, but I'm going to go visit him. You know, I'm old now. He's been over 30 years now.
But the thing is, the only thing that I guess with me and what I stand on is that I was able to forgive him. And that has been the turnaround in my life to tend to make people always wonder about the ear bite. And I said, but I forgave him. And everybody said, so what's special about that? I said, but everywhere I go around the world, with the Muslims, whatever, and people say, wow, this guy can forgive. How can you forgive when you already beaten the guy?
Yeah.
I said, but it's what life have to be if you're gonna survive with even your brothers and sisters. Because if you don't forgive nobody, you're gonna be a mad person. You're gonna find yourself locked up.
Right, and it's gonna haunt you.
Yes.
Whereas if you forgave him, it took a weight off your shoulders.
Yeah, Mike and I, we do a lot of things together because the forgiveness part.
It's cool to see you two together now. I mean, when I have seen things that you've done together, I'm like, wow, it's crazy. Like after he bit you, those crazy fights, and to see you together laughing and joking around together, it's pretty interesting.
Well, I mean, when you tell people, you know, when you don't choose your parents, you don't choose your neighborhood, you ain't choose your skin color, you ain't choose to be tall or short, but you know, this is your stature, and two people who came from the ghetto who boxed, and boxing was the only thing I did real well, okay, in football, but the thing is that after all that, look at how much money we made doing something that by doing it properly, we make money.
Yeah.
We make money, and we can both, you know, raise our family in the way that we want to raise them.
How long did it take after the fight before you forgave him?
I think after about time I got into the locker room and everybody started complaining. Man, I can't believe he did this. I said, look, did he bite you? They said, no. Oh, okay. I said, he bit me, right? And I said, now, I'm going to forgive him. And you know what? Y'all got to forgive him too.
Wow.
They said, what you mean forgive him? I said, he ain't bite you. I said, he bit me. I said, look, I'm going to forgive him.
Wow. So you forgave him in the locker room right after the fight?
Yes. Because the thing is, I was really mad coming down, and people throwing water, and people mad, and they upset because they didn't get a chance to see what they really wanted to see.
Right.
Like this. And so they were mad and they were upset. And I asked, I figured, who in control? God. So I said, Lord, what is this thing all about? He said, forgive.
Were you out of weapons? Were you out of ammo?
He had came up and he started choking me. I had shot him once before, and I was trying to pick my buddy Dada Lee. One of my closest Afghans, Dada Lee, had been shot. He had been killed, and I came around this terrace to get him, and I was on my knee, and this guy came up behind me, and
so he didn't have a weapon either. He was
no, he did. He had a weapon, and I ended up shooting him from the ground. And I thought he was dead when he fell on the ground. And I kind of moved down and got down with Dada Lee because I was still getting shot at from this machine gun up on this hill. And I was trying to make myself small as I could. And this guy ends up coming up and choking me. Like I thought he was dead. And he ends up choking me out. He starts trying to choke me out and eventually let up a little bit. And I ended up getting around him. And we were fighting back and forth. And I can remember all I was thinking about was like, don't let his legs get on me. Like, these guys, their legs they've been crawling up mountains their whole life. And he was a pretty big dude. And I just remember getting on top of him. Finally, I got on top of him, and I was rolling on top of him. He didn't have all the gear on, I did. And I remember getting on top of him like I was straddling him, and I'm just reaching up trying to grab for anything I can. And I'm holding him and holding him down with my throat, with my forearm, and I'm just grabbing anything I can. And finally I ended up grabbing a rock, and I just started beating this dude's face in, and I just started beating. And I remember just like finally, like after hitting him, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, whatever. I remember him like finally just kind of looking at me and like just it's like he's like I'm just looking him in the eyes, like obviously closer than me to you right now, and you just see you can tell. Like, he knows where this is going. And I always think about that, Obviously, I would kill him a million times over again, right? He was the enemy. Like, I don't feel bad about that part of it. But I just think about, like, in that moment, if I can find a way to relate to him in that moment, a man I'm taking his life, we all in America can find a way to connect with each other. If we don't connect with each other, it's because we choose not to. I don't care what your differences are. Like, find a reason of why we can get along, not why we should not get along.
Right.
And I always think about that moment, of this guy, and, he obviously ended up dying. And what it showed me is that no cause that you have that's built on hate will survive. I didn't hate this guy. I didn't even know him. But I was willing to take his life because of what I loved.
He was so cool. Like, fucking everybody liked that guy. And he used to like to get high and go to strip clubs.
Yeah.
He used to like to get high and go to strip clubs, get high and ride around in his boat. I went to a strip club with him.
Wow. Do you remember which one?
I think it was Bob's Classy Lady. I think that's what it was called. I don't think it's around anymore. But he had an appreciation for these young ladies that was like, it was almost childlike, but it wasn't creepy. He was like, God, you're beautiful. You look amazing, because he was high. He was like, you look amazing. This is incredible. Like, he was having a good time. He was a really, really unique character. I remember there was a guy who was some guy was blackmailing him. And some guy had filmed him at a strip club with his wife. And his wife was getting a lap dance. And he was getting a lap dance too. And the guy was like, he wrote some really creepy letter saying that this was going to violate the policies because, Phil had endorsements and commercial deals and he was doing movies and stuff like that. He was just blowing up. Got a Ferrari, he was blowing up. And this guy had went to his house and nailed this VHS tape in an envelope to his garage door. And I was with him on a phone call. So Phil's like, I'm going to talk to him right now. I'm going to come in my room. So I went in his dressing room, and the guy calls me. He's like, hey, what's going on, buddy? He was talking to the guy like the guy was his friend. And they were setting the guy up. And, Phil was going to give him I forget what the money was, tens of thousands of dollars. Meet me at this place, and I'll meet you there. And he had these, for lack of a better term, he had someone who's a dangerous person meet this guy and let him know in no uncertain terms that his life was going to take a terrible turn for the worst if he continued down this path. But it was weird to see, someone trying to exploit him. And the guy was so dumb, he actually met with Phil. Phil knew who the guy was. He saw his face, he was there with the guy. And the guy was like, look, I just need some money. And Phil's like, look, I get it. It's no big deal, It's weird when you see someone trying to, prey on, they think that's their way out. This is my way out. I'm just going to get this guy to give me some money, and then I'm going to put it all together. You get it, Phil. I just need some money. And he's like, I get it, buddy. No big deal. But he was just playing this guy along until the dangerous men came and talked to him.
These vegans were set up in front of this, I guess, where you get hamburgers.
Oh, that big guy bursting through the line?
Yeah. So when do hunters ever get confrontational and violent with people who don't want to eat meat?
Right.
When does that happen?
Well, they think somehow or another by blocking this burger stand that they're changing the world. They're just trying to be activists. They're trying to get a message out. And most of them will quit. They're going to quit veganism and they're going to start eating meat again because of their health.
Yeah.
That's the truth. It's some ridiculous number. Google this. What number? I think they said the number of vegans and vegetarians that eat meat when they're drunk is something outrageous. It's close to 90%.
Yeah. Well, no
but
kidding.
how many vegans wind up quitting and eating meat? I wonder if they've ever done a study on that.
This is a big thing because, there's been a movement, sort of a movement, and people have different success rates with being a vegan. But Cam Newton, who is a quarterback of the Carolina Panthers, big dude, 6'6", 250, 260, he went vegan and he cannot get healthy. He's been injured. He's the face of the franchise, probably $100 million contract. Made it to the Super Bowl, but since just been on a decline, and it's almost hand in hand with the change into vegan.
Well, that guy, Dr. Sean Baker, he's the advocate of that carnivore diet. He marks all these people that were originally in that Game Changers documentary that James Cameron put out.
Yeah.
A shit ton of them quit before the movie came out, and they had to pull them out of the movie because they were vegan, and because of health reasons they had to quit.
Right.
It's an indoctrination movie, and it's extremely biased, and it's not focusing on all of the various problems that people have. It's only focused on the positive aspects of it and distorting the reality of those positive messages, particularly the strong man who's on a fuckload of steroids.
They forget that part.
They forget that part.
Yeah.
And then all these other athletes, these you're not talking, and even the strong man, he's not an elite strong man. You're not talking about some, when I had Robert Oberst in here,
right?
He's everybody eats the same shit. He's meat and rice. They eat meat.
Yeah.
All those strong men eat the same thing. The real strong men, the ones who actually win the competitions. What do you got, Jamie?
It's very controversial research that came out, but it's a very repeated number of 84% of vegans and vegetarians end up going back to eating meat at some level.
Yeah, right before they die.